Dallas, Texas Police Department, General Order 313, Arrest Policies, Adults. General Order 313.01, Responsibility at the Scene of Police Incidents. The senior officer or ranking supervisor at the scene of any police incident will be responsible for the proper disposition of that incident. The senior officer or ranking supervisor will remain at the scene until such time as the incident is under control, until the incident is being properly handled in accordance with existing policies, until sufficient instruction has been issued to result in the proper disposition of that incident, or until relieved. Exceptions to this policy are listed in General Order Sections 600 through 620.
This is crazy, man.
That's crazy, dude.
Dude, just chill out. I don't want to get both of y'all out of jail tonight. I know. Lopez, will you show them how to run that crime scene tape? They've been messing with that crime scene tape for the last hour, man. Lopez, we need an all-star.
And Department of Justice and the FBI.
I don't understand why when y'all arrested her that you went after him.
Yeah.
Like you had the crime scene tape there, and you barreled after him. You chased him all the way into that guy's yard.
It's on video. Remember that. Videos don't lie.
He was.
Dirty cops do.
Hello, Harvey FREEBIRD. This is Andre, Horizon City News. I noticed that you had some curiosity about why this woman's bag was being searched. At least initially you did. So I just wanted to, at the very least, establish what's what and, what laws and policies apply to the search of this woman's bag who recently got arrested with you while you and Manuel and Carolina were out there filming the Dallas, Texas Police Department. And what I could find so far is under their general orders, which I actually easily found online, the arrest policies for adults is under General Order number 313. General Order number 313 is then divided into many different sections. So each section will have 313.00, 313.10, that type of thing. Anyway, one of the sections in General Order 313 deals with, searches of arrested individuals. I'm not a lawyer, but basically I know it's one of two things. It's, as an exception to the warrant requirement, as an exception to the Fourth Amendment, as to why she was legally searched. And that is, it would either be called a booking exception or a search incident to arrest. Since you guys brought her the bag voluntarily and she was asking for the bag to be brought with her to jail, I believe the lawyers and judges would call that a booking exception, which apparently is distinct and separate somewhat from a search incident to arrest. Like if she was actually wearing a backpack literally at the time she got arrested, that would just be a straight up search incident to arrest. But this is, I guess, a little bit different because she requested her purse or her bag, and then you guys, because you're her friend, went to her vehicle, got that bag that she requested, brought it to the police, and then handed it to the police voluntarily because she asked for that bag. So once it was in the Dallas, Texas Police's possession, they immediately had to search that bag based on law and policy. And I'll get into more details later. I try to keep my videos kind of short just so people could have bite-sized amounts of information, whether it's the general public or law enforcement themselves. But basically, The Dallas, Texas Police Department, they don't even have an option of searching that bag. In fact, they'll get in big trouble, apparently, based on their policies, if they don't search the bag and something turns up later at the jailhouse or detention center that this woman's taken to. It says right there in the policy, I'll show you later. But basically, whoever searches and transports this woman to jail is then responsible for anything that's found at the jail, if it's a weapon or prohibited contraband. But I'm sure weapons would be the most serious. Like if she showed up at the detention center or jail and literally had like a knife or pistol hidden somewhere on her that was like reasonable to find, then these cops could get in big trouble for that. So searching her bag is required by policy in the Dallas, Texas Police Department, and it's totally legal according to the Supreme Court of the United States. As you can see here, I put the case of Illinois versus Lafayette. We can go into more detail about that later, but that's the case from the summer of 1983 when the Supreme Court, established officially as the law of the land that searching arrested people is totally legitimate under, the Fourth Amendment. It's considered reasonable. So the Fourth Amendment doesn't prohibit all searches and seizures. It only prohibits unreasonable ones. And the Supreme Court decided that searching and seizing items from arrested individuals is reasonable. So it doesn't violate or offend the Fourth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And I'm sure that based on any Texas state law, that it doesn't violate any Texas law. Otherwise, the Dallas, Texas Police Department would not be engaging in the practices they do. But of course, that's why we film the police, because that's not always the case. Cops also try to scribble and draw outside the lines a lot of times. So I totally understand why you might be raising your eyebrows at certain practices and procedures. And that's why people like you and I do what we do, is we film the police and edit videos and ask a lot of questions. So anyway, like I said, this is just a short video just to get into one aspect of this incident where one of your fellow cop watchers got arrested. This female cop watcher, who apparently it was her first time out there, so that sucks. Sorry to hear that. But she requested that bag. You guys brought the bag to the police and to her while she's in handcuffs as an arrested criminal suspect. So as soon as that bag is voluntarily handed to the police, they legally have the right to search it. And even based on their own policy, it's not even a question. They have to search it. Otherwise, they could get in big trouble and, get reprimanded or lose their job. So, I mean, it's legal and it's based on their policy. So, and of course, I'm not just speaking to you, but I'm speaking to anybody else who's watching this video. And if anybody else already knew all this information, then it's not meant to just be like redundant, but basically just to, refresh anybody's memory. And for all those people who didn't know all this about the, law enforcement procedures in the state of Texas or throughout the nation, because this is actually a Supreme Court case that, is the authority behind all of this searching and seizing of people's persons and effects when they get arrested. That's why I make these videos. It's just to refresh the memories of people who are already familiar with all this stuff, and then also to give new information to anybody out there who is not aware of the legalities and policies and procedures of people when they get arrested, because it's the government and there's usually a rule for everything. And often there's a policy or rule in addition to a bunch of laws. So there's laws and rules for everything. You're dealing with the government. One big question that I do have, which I'll look into later if I have the chance, and I do plan on looking into some more aspects of this stop in the future, is that I was curious if they had an inventory document for this woman when she got arrested. I don't know if I'd be able to receive that through an open records request. I might not be able to, but at the very least, I wanted to see any type of, blank form that the police department has, the Dallas, Texas Police Department has regarding taking the inventory of items, effects, personal effects, whether it's items found inside their pockets or items inside their bags and purses, that type of thing. All of that should be recorded on some sort of document. So I'm just, in the future, I want to do an open record request about any, standardized procedure, any, standardized form that these Dallas, Texas police officers fill out to inventory the items of arrested criminal suspects. Sorry, I'm losing my voice here. Of arrested criminal suspects. All right, like I said, this video is not meant to be too long. But yeah, Illinois versus Lafayette decided on June 20th, 1983, the summer of 1983. That's the Supreme Court case that deals with this woman having her purse searched, and her person, of course. But once you guys went to her vehicle and got that purse or that bag, brought it to the Dallas, Texas Police Department voluntarily upon her request. The reason the Dallas, Texas Police Department had the legal right to search that bag that they were given, which she requested, is the U.S. Supreme Court case of Illinois versus Lafayette. I'm sure there's probably other case law within the state of Texas that is, state specific. But I didn't have any time to research any of that. And it's not even really that necessary because we already know that the Supreme Court decisions are the law of the land. So Illinois versus Lafayette decided June 20th, 1983. That's the U.S. Supreme Court case that deals with this type of situation. And like I said, that's all this little video is. It's just a piece of information. Since I heard that you had you had an inquiry, you were curious about why the police were doing a search of your fellow cop watcher's bag. So that's what this video is. Just a short explanation as to what was going on. All right. Well, thank you, Harvey and Manuel and Carolina, for everything you guys do out there in North Texas. And I've been a loyal fan of all three of you guys for a couple of years now, at least two, maybe three, all three of you guys. And yeah, please try to stay out of jail. I have the same problem over here in El Paso, Texas, along with Rights and Lefts, who's another channel out here. As far as I know, we're the only two guys that do this sort of thing. But both of us are busy keeping our heads down and trying to stay out of handcuffs because over here in El Paso, the chilling effect is very, very, very strong over here. And the El Paso, Texas law enforcement community, is desperately trying to retaliate and just, arrest either myself or Ruben, who operates the channel Rights and Lefts. They're trying to arrest both of us at any time for the slightest, half reason, anything that they could possibly articulate regarding interference with public duties or criminal trespassing or any of that. The law enforcement community here is very they operate with bias. It's bias-based policing over here in El Paso County, Texas, is a very real thing, and it's accepted. People shrug their shoulders. Every time I've been arrested for something regarding filming the police, almost most people that I meet throughout the system tell me that I've caught a charge, I've got myself in trouble. It's basically like you're guilty before you're proven innocent. So there's a lot more to discuss there, but I know exactly what you guys are going through, or at least I have a very good idea what you guys are going through over there in North Texas, because out here in West Texas, we got the same type of situation going on over here. It would just be a matter of opinion, I guess, to decide whose section is worse. But basically, the weaponization of Texas Penal Code 38.15, interference with public duties, is going on throughout the state. Some places are worse than others. But El Paso, Texas, if you came here and tried to film the police, you'd run into a lot of the exact same problems. So anyway, thanks for what you guys do. Please try to stay out of jail. I know that your friend here just got arrested, so that should definitely be like a fresh cup of coffee to wake you guys back up and realize that this isn't a game. And it's, for these guys, they'll happily arrest you and jot you down in the books as a criminal offender, and that they're cleaning up the streets of criminals, and get you guys all caught up in the system and cost you guys time and money, and ultimately literally try to give you, if it's really up to them and if they really can do it, they would love to put you in jail for 180 days, a year, 18 months, 2 years. They would love that. A lot of these cops are very bad people. They want to destroy your life. So be careful out there, because I need to keep watching you. You guys keep my spirits up. So, all right, well, Happy New Year. I'll be in touch. And thanks for everything you guys do. And thanks for watching Horizon City News.